What's up YouTube, Ultimate Lock here. This video is going to be about how trading will destroy Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go is an extremely popular app and is probably one of the best games that have ever been released for the mobile market. And recently they have been talking about implementing the trade system, which a lot of people thought that it should have been at the start. And I understand why they didn't implement it at the start, and hopefully they will not implement it without doing a lot of changes to the current trade situation, or just basically not making it like as simple as just clicking trade. Because if they do that, I can guarantee you the trading aspect alone will destroy the game, and the game will literally have no play value whatsoever. So to the people who are being like, how is that possible? How is trading one Pokemon to another player such a big major deal? So let's go look at a few other games. We're going to look at Pokemon X and Y. Pokemon X and Y, you could not basically go off and trade with the previous generations. You can only trade with Pokemon X and Y in between the two different games. So basically you were stopped, and also I should add that the 3DS system was a really hard system to basically hack. So there's no way of actually going off and, at the time, going and changing any of the values of the Pokemon. So what did this do? This made a goal for people. People were constantly trying to IV breed. People were streaming their safaris on Twitch. I myself had a pretty big, Twitch channel at the time. I was getting like 400 or 500 viewers doing streams where I'd basically just be playing the game. I did Nuzlocks. I did randomizer, not randomizer because that wasn't at the time. Wonderlocks, that's what they were called. And it was just really fun. And there was a lot of hype with the game because it was constantly there. There was a lot of replay value because there wasn't any cheats. The second they released Pokebank, you started seeing Articunos that were shiny, Lugias that were shiny, perfect IV Pokemon flooding the gates. And what that did was it made it where it was, well, if the Pokemon are that easily obtainable, then what I'm doing right now is I'm spending 4 or 5 hours to get one perfect Pokemon. Why am I wasting my time in doing that? So it basically destroyed the goal that people had. So there's a lot of people that were basically IV breeding, and they just stopped. Why am I going to waste my time? Why am I going to spend 5 hours to get one perfect Pokemon when I can just go and take 25 seconds, go to Pokebank, switch over a brand new or a perfect IV that's shiny from my Black and White 2 to my X and Y? It doesn't make sense. Some people will say, well, that's not legitimate. Well, it doesn't matter if it's legitimate, because when you go and battle someone and they did that, you're going to be like, well, damn, I can't beat these guys without doing so. So are you going to be the bigger person, or are you going to follow with the herd? And generally people follow with the herd, or they just stop playing the game. Now let's go back to Pokemon Go. There's two major things that's going to happen. One, obviously, you're not going to be transferring Pokemon from your 3DS to Pokemon Go. That's not going to be a feature. But what they're going to be doing is there's going to be people going off and basically stealing accounts. There's already coin sites that I'm sure is writing down password information at this current time. And once trading gets implemented in the game, we'll try to go and steal all their Pokemon, then sell them on another site. So you're going to have people going off and stealing accounts, and then trading all their Pokemon over to a separate account, which is basically the management account that sells off everything. So you're going to have accounts theft going on rapidly with this game, especially since the player base has a ton of like 8 to 14-year-olds who are always looking for cheats and hacks. It's going to be insane. So good luck with that, Niantic. Number 2, the biggest concern, and the thing that will most likely literally destroy the game, is that you're going to have bots running around. And you see this in RuneScape. RuneScape was terrible when it came to this. Basically, they'll have bots that will farm and farm and farm, and then they'll get decently rare Pokemon, and they'll trade them over to a management account. Niantic's server will ban the accounts that are actually doing the farming, but they've already transferred the goods over to another account. Now, that other account won't get banned, and then that other account will start selling the Pokemon really cheaply for $1 to $2. And you might think, who's going to pay $1 to $2? Well, if someone offers you a 2K Dragonite for $2, and it's going to take you 3 or 4 days to get that same Dragonite, there's going to be people that are going to buy it. And then what is that going to do? They're going to have every single Pokemon in the game the same way. You're going to be able to get it for $1 to $2. And you're going to have people all around you doing that, and they're going to be throwing them into the gyms. They're going to make the gyms extremely hard to beat. and it's just going to be a huge problem. And you're not going to be able to fix the bot situation. So the game's going to lose all replay value because you're not going to have a goal anymore. There's not going to be a goal. Your goal right now is currently just to go around hunting Pokemon and then finding the best Pokemon that you can, raising that Pokemon to be the best and powering it up. But when you can go off and get the exact same Pokemon without having to do any of the other steps, it kind of defeats the purpose of the game and it destroys your goal, which ultimately stops you from playing Pokemon. So now you're asking, how can we implement trade into the game without it destroying the game? And it's actually not that difficult. We're going to knock out two birds with one stone on this one. So first off, there's two ways of doing this. One would be to charge money for the Pokemon Go app, which is not going to happen because it's already a full released free version. The second option is the one that we actually have to consider. As you guys have seen that GameStop did the pre-orders on those stupid Pokemon wristbands that when you go buy Pokestop, it automatically collects it for you. That is exactly what we need, but instead of it doing as a Pokestop one, it's an authenticator. Now this will basically hook into your computer, you'll attach it to your Pokemon Go account, and it will allow you to trade after you hit level 15. And it could be level 15 or 20, but it needs to be a high enough level to where you've been already playing for probably around like 7 to 10 days, where the banning system could already flag you for probably a ban. So what this will do is it will protect your account from it to make sure it doesn't get stolen. So let's just say that you had my username and password to my YouTube account, right? You could not do anything to my YouTube account even if you had that information, because the second you log into my YouTube account, I'm going to get a text on my phone telling me that someone is trying to log in from an unauthorized device and they need a 6-digit passcode. So that right there will stop you from doing anything to my YouTube account. And if they do the exact same thing to Pokemon Go's YouTube account, or not Go, Pokemon Go's account, then that will prevent people from stealing accounts and protect their Pokemon. Now, number two, this would most likely cost $9. So let's just say it's $9.99 at Walmart, GameStop, whatever. One, this is bringing in revenue for Niantic, so they shouldn't be really against this. Two, it's a very small purchase and it'll allow you to trade. And three, it makes it where basically bots cannot exist, because each bot would have to buy one of these authenticators for it to trade, and then that would basically run into $9.99 per bot. Now when the account gets banned, they should also ban the authenticator attached to it, making it a worthless piece of plastic, essentially making it where there is a price to your account. To make an account, you have to pay $10. And that might seem a little steep for people when they're like, well, this is supposed to be a free game. It is a free game. But if you want to trade people and you want the game to actually be worth playing, this is the best way to do it. Once you remove the goal or reward, the game's replay value is either severely limited or completely destroyed. And in this aspect, when I'm talking about Pokemon Go, basically Pokemon are being sold for like $2 or $3, that is going to completely destroy the replay value for a majority of people. So hopefully Niantic will end up doing what I said or something similar to it to make sure that Pokemon Go does not become a pastime and it'll continue to grow. I honestly think that they will not. They will most likely implement some kind of security feature that will end up getting bypassed and real-world trading will continue, which will end up destroying the game later on. Hopefully I am wrong. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to comment, rate, and subscribe, and peace out.